I love it when a plan comes together.
This is a certified hood classic.
Hey now.
Oh, they're still applauding for us. Thank you. All rise. Order is in court. The Honorable Judge David N. Stansberg.
What do you think the N stands for?
Are we live? Good to see everybody. What's today? Thursday already?
Thursday.
Fantastic. This is a nice kind of a gift. We haven't had much licking lately. I like this. What's going to be happening?
It seems like we are just going to roll through some of the men folk here in the jailhouse.
Nice.
We this was a day that he had. I want to say it was 3 days ago. Maybe it was Monday. Yeah, Monday. And it took 2 hours to get through everybody. So we're doing half today, and we'll do half next week as well. So
I love that.
Lots of good stuff. Stansberry at his finest, of course. Sue's there.
You told us we got some rather sad news.
Yeah. Sue won't be in on this Monday, but after this Monday, the next 4 Mondays are her last days of work. She's retiring and will be gone.
I mean, obviously, Judge George is going to have a big party because
Stansberry wasn't. Yeah, you could tell. And I'll have that exchange that we'll watch next week of him talking to her about it and her bringing it up and mentioning it.
Those of you who don't know, Judge George could give two shits that she's leaving. They don't have this rapport that Stansberry and her have is very obvious compared to, because he will talk to her. She'll come out and say goodbye and wave and say,
I think it's because he's been there longer.
Yeah,
they've probably been through a lot together. She's, if she's retiring from there at the jailhouse, she's been there a very long time. Stansberry's no spring chicken. He's been there a very long time. Judge George is still kind of new to the game, I think, as far as being a judge.
Yeah, true.
It's going to be a sad day when she's gone.
Before we get her going, cool.
Look at that. First one on.
Love
Becoming members. Tell Owen we said hello.
Yeah.
Alleged to apparently he missed a free trial, so he sent out the.
I was confused on that. Yeah, I was.
What is your current address?
My current address is 3308 Beaver Run Road, Hebron, Ohio, 43025.
We lost a lot of men at Big Beaver.
And
oh, I wish we could get her on. She's so much fun.
Oh, could you imagine the stories she has?
Oh,
is there anything you want to say before I set your bond here?
Yeah, I was kind of confused on the pretrial and the other one. I talked to my attorney. It was Mr. James with Burkett and Son, and he told me to be ready on the 7th.
I'm sorry, I hate to interrupt. Did you just say Burkett and Son?
Yeah, that's who my attorney was.
Okay.
His name is Mr. James, is all I knew. Mr. James, that's what I called him. And he had said something about being ready on the 7th, and I didn't know nothing. I had to go to the pretrial. I thought maybe he was going to go for me on that, and I think it was my misunderstanding on that. I tried to to him and everything, like Mr. George told me to. Judge George asked me to.
Well, unfortunately, what you were just saying isn't accurate in any way, shape, or form, because number one, Burkett and Sanderson, not Burkett and Son. Number two, you don't have any type of a hearing on the 7th of any month. You would have had a jury trial. You were scheduled for a jury trial this morning. You had a pre-trial last Tuesday, which is when the warrant went out. And finally, there's no attorney at Burkett and Sanderson whose first or last name is James.
I talked to somebody at Burkett, and so you asked the secretary even.
Well, and your lawyer is actually a woman, not a man.
It's a man. It's a male.
Not going good.
I'm staring at the appointment paper, so I think I'm going to go with what I see in the file.
Everything you said is absolutely wrong.
Guys, I mean, it was Burkett and Son. He was right. I'm new to this.
I just lied through my
Everything's
teeth.
in my head, you know, I have no paperwork at all.
Straight off the dome.
Well, I mean, I just started a different job with the union, so I mean, I'm not trying to lose this one too. I've already lost one according to the first one. I just need to get out of here and get back to work so I can resolve this whole case, because this should not even be I shouldn't even be here right now. I mean, this is all a petty case of mine.
Shit.
Get out of the way. I mean, it's just,
Yeah, did you see our 125K likes that we had the other day? It was great. I saw somebody posted that.
Yeah, I saw that too. Yeah. I ran quickly thinking, maybe.
Could you imagine?
No.
By the way, I've adjusted the level a little bit. He's very, very loud. We run into this in Licking a lot, where Judge is way down here, they're way up here. I'll try to adjust it a little bit here and there, but just it is. We're dealt with what we're dealt with. Okay, Tammy. Thank you for the 2 bones. Appreciate you, and Heather. Holidays version Hanson.
Oh, baby, 5 gifts. Oh, what a gift.
And Vicky celebrating 3 months.
Glorious.
it's interrupting my life right now.
It's interrupted. This is a real inconvenience, Your Honor. I don't know if I've made that point yet.
But I'm not even supposed to be here, Your Honor.
This was my day off.
Who posted your bond back last month? A friend?
Yes, it was a buddy of mine that I worked with.
Well, Judge George was going to hold a bond forfeiture hearing on December the 27th. Notice that just went out last Thursday. I don't know whether you would have gotten it, but it went to both him and you, as well as the prosecutor. In essence, what he was going to do was determine whether or not he should forfeit that bond and put both you and the person who posted on your behalf on the hook for the entire $2,500. When he issued the warrant for your arrest, he set the bond on that warrant at $5,000, cash surety or 10%. I tend to defer to the judge who issued the warrant because it's their case and they know it better and they know what they want. So in this particular matter, I am going to go ahead and defer to Judge George and leave the bond in the same amount that was on the warrant. And that was
I don't have that kind of money. I can't. You know when my next court date would be?
well, it'll have to get reset at this point.
So I'm not sitting here to my next court date.
Well, I mean, your attorney can always
stand up
to revisit your bond. But I'm just going to defer to what he wanted to do. And he may decide he wants to change his mind about how he's going to do it. Your bond's going to continue to have the condition that you not have any violent contact with Robin Nelson. So
yeah, she's nowhere to be found. And she's telling me she has no court date. I talked to her one time. This is maybe about a month ago. And she said that she had no court date, no
contact with her.
About that.
Yeah, but he's trying to find her. Yeah, that's smart to admit to the judge.
Oh, why would you say that?
This will get set very quickly now that you're being held in lieu of the bond. Since every day you spend down there counts as 3 towards your speedy trial rights. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Any other questions today, Mr. Daniels?
Now explain that speedy trial rights thing that you just said. Look, what's that mean now?
You have to be brought to trial within 90 days of your arrest or service of summons. Now, certain things stop that clock from ticking, but it's going to start ticking again now that you're back in custody. And if you're being held in lieu of bond solely on this case, which it would appear that you are, then every day counts as 3 days as far as speedy trial calculations are concerned. So if you had just gotten arrested on, say, December 1st, they would have had to have brought you to trial by December 31st if you've been in jail that one time. All right?
Okay.
So any other questions today?
No,
All right, Mr. Daniels, you may go with the officer. Good luck.
So what is my bond? 5,000?
5,000 cash surety, 10%, no violent contact with
raising money for beavers all over the world.
No, just the amount.
Beaver fun run.
All right, thank you.
Nice beaver.
Just the amount.
All right, next we have Anthony Jude.
Hey, Jude.
Oh, hey.
Sir, hello.
Hello, Mr. Jude. I issued a warrant for your arrest about 7.5 years ago when you failed to appear for a trial in the drug abuse, possession of drug instruments.
I thought I took care of it because you said, or somebody said something about don't come back to Newark and it was time served or something. I thought.
Well, voluntary exile is actually not a sentencing option.
Voluntary exile.
All right. So it looks like you're sitting in there on an APA holder too. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
How'd you manage to come?
Kathy, by the way, they are free over on the Discord. You go down, claim them.
the only MFTs in the world, and they're worth
Right.
just as much as the NFTs.
Yes. Yeah. So do it.
So you were in Franklin County. They ran a warrant check, found out you had this, and then brought you here.
Yep.
Okay. Well, you have a couple of options you can do here, Mr. Jude, because your case was assigned to me. You can stand on your earlier made plea of not guilty, in which case I'll set a cash or surety bond today. We'll get a court date set and a trial scheduled. You'd have the opportunity to obtain an attorney either by retaining one or by applying for court-appointed counsel. Or if you want to resolve the matter today, if you wish to, you can change your plea from not guilty to guilty or no contest. And if I would accept the plea and enter a conviction, I'd simply impose sentence and this case would be over. So it's entirely up to you.
7 years on the run.
Say again?
I play guilty.
Okay. Before I can accept your plea, I'm going to ask you a number of questions. I'm not trying to get you to change your mind about what you're doing, okay? As you know, I have to verify you're doing this of your own free will. Sue, looks like we're going to need another attorney waiver.
Sue, everybody.
Mr. Jude, first and foremost, do you understand that you are presumed to be not guilty of this offense?
Yeah.
Do you realize that?
I'm just trying to get it taken care of, sir. That's all.
I'm not trying to get you to change your mind. I'm just going to ask you very simple yes or no questions.
In a speedy way, I'm trying to get it taken care of
Make any decisions at
after
the
7.5 years.
7.5 years.
The state has the burden of proof beyond a reasonable doubt.
Yep.
Did you know that you have the right to have a trial with either a judge or a jury?
Yes, sir.
And did you know that you have the right to, at that trial, question the witnesses against you and compel the attendance of your own witnesses through the court subpoena power?
Yes, sir.
You would have had a right to testify if you had wanted to, or call witnesses or present evidence, but you wouldn't have been required to because it wasn't your burden. Understand?
Yep, I
And
understand.
indeed, you wouldn't have been required to testify at all. Nobody could make you, and if you didn't, it wouldn't have been held against you in any way. Do you understand that?
Right. Yep.
The plea of guilty is a complete admission of guilt. By tendering that plea of guilty to this charge, you admit that you were in possession of drug instruments. The state no longer has to prove anything, and you'll give up those rights. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
You have the right to be represented by an attorney, and if you couldn't afford one, you are eligible to ask the court to appoint one to represent you at no cost. Was it your intent to waive your right to a lawyer today?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, the maximum penalties here up to 90 days in jail, up to a $750 fine. There are no mandatory penalties, however. Do you understand?
All he had was drug paraphernalia,
Yeah.
right?
Have you been
Yeah.
in any way or promised anything to get you to do what you're doing?
Nope.
Are you under the influence of anything right now?
Nope.
And are you a
Unfortunately,
citizen of the United
no.
States of America.
Yes, sir.
All right, very well. While you're going over your attorney waiver, I'm going to go over the file, and then, as I promised, I'll give you a chance to speak if you want. But make sure you actually read that, please.
I hear Sue.
Okay.
Can we please see
Not out
Sue?
loud, just to yourself.
Okay.
He clears his throat.
But he's done that when I said, make sure you read that. They sure.
Hi, Samson.
Well, I mean, it was letting you know that I'm actually reading it.
There she is.
There she is.
Right in her
Alright.
kitchen.
And sign
Hey,
right
now.
Look at that. A little bit of Sue.
here. There you go.
He signed.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Love it.
You're welcome. I love these. It gives me time to express my art.
Yes.
All righty. So is there
paraphernalia.
anything that you'd like to say before I make any decisions here?
Love it, Sven.
Yeah, I just I've been doing pretty good, sir. As in,
Did anybody put the address in the Discord?
Somebody said they had. I
Yeah.
haven't looked, but somebody said they had.
I wish you could pin some posts on there.
By the way, someone had messaged me asking, "Hey, Mikey, I'm a member on one of the pages,
Mhm.
and I see there's a members only private chat section. Don't worry about that. I mean, you're not missing on anything because it would take Roger a lifetime for one to add
to add.
600 members
Yeah, and then to take them out.
and to take them out after it was a great idea
Yeah,
to do this,
but now it's a
but
little.
now it's too many people and too
Right.
much. It would be impossible for
bit,
Roger to spend each day looking to
there's
see
no
who
way.
fell off and who's added on,
Right.
and who. It would just be too much.
yeah. So that channel needs to go.
Yeah, that's got. We should probably
Yeah.
delete that because it's
I
just
wish.
undoable.
I wish we could send Sue a Christmas card. Probably could. I just don't know if it'd ever make it to her.
Yeah. Anybody in that area want to hand deliver one? Maybe.
That's
Ooh,
true.
maybe we could send her flowers.
I love that idea.
I bet she'd get those.
I don't know how that works with places that are locked down like that, though. Like, because she deals with inmates and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's
Like,
not
it's
like
not
she's
like
a judge.
Yeah. I mean, okay. God, I wish. Sue's amazing. I'm really gonna miss Sue.
I will too.
I hope that. No, there's no way. I can't even say that. I was gonna say I hope that her replacement in some way, shape, or form could live up to that. No. There's no way.
Be another nameless face.
I did all my time in prison, and I just trying to change my life and do better. That's all.
Why does the APA have a holder on you?
Because I didn't report.
Oh, surprise, surprise.
Yeah.
So how much longer are you on PRC?
I think like 2.5 years.
Okay. And is that based out of Franklin County or here out of Licking County?
Franklin County.
Okay. All righty.
All the late people sit in the back of the courtroom, please.
Yes, all the way to the back. You guys don't.
When did they transfer you over?
What, from Franklin County to here?
Yeah, was it Saturday?
Oh, can you?
It was Saturday. Yeah.
Wow.
Do you know they're not going to take me back to Jackson Pike, are they?
Do you still owe time over in Franklin County?
No, I finished my case over there. So
the only way,
it's just APA. I'm just waiting on APA.
The reason that they might is because if your PRC is out of a Franklin County court, they may want to bring you back to the county in which it originated, or they may decide maybe they decide they don't want to file a formal revocation. I don't know. Here's what we're going to do in this case, and we're putting this to bed today. Okay. So $50 in court costs. I'm going to give you 1 day for every year that since all this went down. So 7 days. You get credit. You got 5 days to serve, and then you're done. Any questions?
So 5 more days and I'm done?
5 more days, and then the APA gets a crack at you. All right?
Okay.
All right, Mr. Jude, you may go with the officer. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
I do not. Thanks for asking.
Jeremy Miller.
Yeah, I forgot, Fred. You probably could do that too, right?
Yes, sir.
If you can,
Are
feel
you
free.
Mr. Miller?
Oh, God.
Yes.
Mr. Miller, did you understand your rights in court today?
Yes.
Did you receive a copy of the 2 complaints?
Yes.
And did you get a chance to read them? And did you understand what it is you've been charged with?
Bubba?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So it would appear that it's the Heath Police Department that's filed the complaint. The complaints, I should say. In the first count, they alleged on or about November the 5th of this year within the city of Heath in Licking County, Ohio, that you did knowingly cause or attempt to cause physical harm to a family or a household member. That's commonly known as domestic violence, and it's a misdemeanor of the first degree. It carries up to 180 days in jail and up to a $1,000 fine. The second count alleges the same time, same location, same date that you did by threat of force knowingly cause a family or household member to believe that you would cause imminent physical harm to them. That's known as domestic violence threats, and it's a less serious offense. It's a 4th degree misdemeanor. That carries up to 30 days in the county jail and up to a $250 fine. So do you understand what the charges are here?
Yes.
And how do you want to plead to those charges, Mr. Miller?
I have access to an attorney. I don't know how I should do this. Like, should I go ahead and plead guilty to them?
Well, if you want to consult with an attorney, then you can go ahead and enter a plea of not guilty. So that way you can talk to the attorney. And if you decide you want to change your plea to guilty or no contest down the road, you can still do it. But by pleading not guilty, you leave all your options on the table.
I'm going to plead guilty to it.
Now, before I can, I need to go over a few things with you. The first of which is both of these are what we call enhanceable offenses, which means for the domestic violence charge, the one where it's the allegation is that you actually caused or tried to cause physical harm. If I accept your plea and enter a conviction today, if you were to be charged with the same offense in Ohio at any time in the future, regardless of who was involved, it can be filed as a felony level offense, and felony level offenses carry the potential for prison terms. The domestic violence threats is enhanceable to a 2nd degree misdemeanor. So then it would be up to 90 days and up to a $750 fine. But for today, it's the 180 and the $1,000 fine max on the domestic violence, and 30 days and the $250 fine maximum on the domestic.
That's a big dude. I wouldn't want him hitting me.
Yes.
No.
And do you understand that you're not required to
I understand. If I do plead guilty, would I have a chance to get things situated with my job?
He
By
ate a lot
chance?
and got fat.
Well, I haven't even looked at one sentence in any police reports or witness statements, so I don't know exactly what.
Sounds like the Undertaker.
If I were to impose jail time, it's not common
Rest
to let
in
someone
peace.
out so that they can go see to their affairs and then come back.
Yeah.
Understand?
Mm-hmm.
So if at any time you decide you want to change your plea or you actually want to enter a plea of not guilty, just let me know.
Yeah,
Because
let
if
me do that.
You do that. Okay. What is your current address?
645 Huron Drive, Apartment B, Heath, Ohio, 430.
Pronounced urine, but all right.
B as in beta?
B as in boy, yeah.
Okay.
Did he
Let me
just
take
call him a
quick look
beta?
Here at the file, then
I
we're going
think
to
they
talk
did.
about your bond here. So bear with me.
B as in bitch, you put your hands on a woman.
You guys only see two, Colty and Sale.
The other
Colty's
two
pretty
have
easy to
lives.
tell. It's lots of white hair also.
The other cats, they just got lives. They don't have time for this bullshit.
Oh, Shorty,
coming here.
Shorty don't mess around. She's got new boxes out there, and she's just going between all three.
There was a box in our living room. I always said, "Can you take that and break it down and put it in trash?" I was like, "Sure." I grab it. I'm like, "Wow, what's in here?"
cat
Open
in
it,
it.
damn cat was in it. Went threw the cat away.
Thank you, Fred Franklin. Working quick.
Thank you.
Appreciate that.
Because I don't want people seeing that and be like, "Wow, I wish I was in there."
It was a great idea. It was. But yeah, I see what you're saying. With that many, it's impossible.
Especially with people's memberships falling off and on. People.
Next thing, Fred, if you know how to pin a post, there's like four important things to put on that. Let me know if you know how to do that. That'd be cool.
Yeah. We need to pin the link. Yeah, the WWE wrestler, The Undertaker. But he looks more like
You got it, Melissa. Merry Christmas. We'll get her started first of the year.
OnlyFans accounts. Well, you know, not all of them are sexual in nature.
Yeah,
just a good one.
All right. So what do you have another place you go besides the Hudson or the Huron Drive address?
I have other places I can go. I don't. That's where I stay all the time.
Right. No, I understand. I haven't made a decision yet about whether or not I'm going to put any restrictions on contact with Mrs. Harvey. Where do you work? You said you had to do something about your job.
Hall of Fame. I'm a assistant operator.
And how long have you been at Hall of Fame?
I said the Hall of Fame.
I thought so too.
All right. So.
Oh my goodness.
I work at the Hall of Fame. I'm also an evil villain on the weekends. You can also catch me on the Hot FM 106.2 Rockin'.
His voice is so great.
Okay. Let me see something here.
Go ahead, see it all you want.
Hey, yeah, beautiful
Okay.
hair.
I've looked over the police report, Miss Harvey's statement, and your criminal history, which is non-existent. For that reason, I'm going to go ahead. I will release you on your own recognizance on the condition you not have any violent
That's a
contact
big
with
fat
Miss
cat.
Harvey. So
Love
I'm
the
not
name.
prohibiting you from being around her. But if things were to get out of control and the police were called, even if charges weren't pressed, your bond could still get revoked, and you could be stuck at the jail till the case was resolved. Now, here's what's going to happen next. The case will be randomly assigned to a judge and set for a trial. You'll get notice by mail of when that's going to be. So it's very important that we have your full, complete, correct address.
You're in the Hall of Shame.
That next court date will be your trial. Now, you have
Anybody
the right
else
to be
watch those
represented by an
videos?
Attorney. You can hire one of your choosing if you wish. You're eligible to ask the court to appoint one to represent you at no cost.
Dennis.
You can get the application form there at the jail, but I'd be surprised if you're in there for any other reason.
This guy works quick, doesn't
Thinking is the reason I mentioned that is because if that's in
Thank you,
fact
Double
the
F.
case, you will be released, and it's going to
It's a
be
holder.
what's that?
He has
Uh-oh.
a PD holder.
Uh-oh.
The bad
Okay,
news.
so, well,
Why are you speaking? Be quiet, woman.
Yeah. So quit ruining my day, bitch. Hey, Mayor, thanks so much for the 5 memberships, sir.
Pipe down over there.
Oh, he looks very
Fine.
confused now. So
He's just broke his brain.
poor guy. Oh, those are great with Rob. What's his name? Rob Wolchek.
I think that's what the Hall of Shame.
Yeah, they're so good.
So basically, apparently, you're on probation for an OVI, correct?
No, I've never had an OVI.
What?
I've never been on probation that I know of.
Well, I was going to say I didn't see anything in your.
The only time I've ever been into court with you guys is I had a FR-22 suspension at one point because I failed to send in proof of insurance, and I got that all situated.
Yeah, hey Sue, you're going to want to look into that because he's not showing any conviction for OVI. See that case?
Oh, God,
Sue's falling off her game.
I've never
Is
had
that
an
Sue
OVI.
coughing and dying in the
I'm sorry,
background?
somebody was coughing. I didn't hear you.
Oh no, it wasn't
Well,
her.
You
I
want me
was
to look
saying
into
the records
Poor
reflect
Sue.
that he's never been charged with or convicted of an OVI. So I think I'm going to look up the case number real quick and see who it supposedly
All right.
is.
So I can double check it.
You know what it is? You ever lived in Blacklick, Mr. Miller?
Never. I lived in Reynoldsburg. I mean, right on the outskirts of Blacklick.
Do you remember the name of the street that you lived on?
You ever lived in Blacklick?
I mean, I've lived in a few places. I lived in Birchview Drive. I lived on, I can't remember off the top of my head.
Beaver
I mean, that was
Drive.
20
So-
years ago.
Well, here's the deal.
Blacklick.
I'm looking. I just pulled up the Jeremy Miller who belongs to the case that they say you have a PV holder on, and although it's not the greatest picture in the world, it very clearly is not you. So I think what they've done is they've mistaken you for the other Jeremy Miller.
Oh wow.
That's not good. Yeah, Double L. That is fairly new. That's why the jokes are around about that it's Sue's kitchen.
Yeah, we're just in Sue's kitchen, really.
The thing used to cover it,
Yeah.
but in the last, I don't know, couple months now,
I don't know if it shrank with time
just-
or something. Somebody washed it and
Yeah.
thought it was a good idea and it shrank.
but the
We're seeing a lot more of the revealed background. Really bad though. If someone else has the same name, his is a pretty common basic name.
I guess, yeah, but
Have you ever had like mistaken identity for another Creedence
I've-
blower?
got two kind of semi-unique names. So I never had that problem, thankfully. Bree, thank you for the tubos.
There's another Mikey the Legend that lives in Richlands.
Oh,
Even
that-
has the same
trouble.
middle name,
Oh,
So it's kind of weird every once in a while. And there's one that's a fire chief a couple of counties over I see on TV every once in a while.
nice.
Who is in fact on probation, and it's not an OVI. It was a different driving related offense. That being said, they're going to contact the probation department if they haven't done so already. And I think they were watching our proceedings. So my hunch tells me that holder is going to get dropped here very quickly, which means you will be released, which means if you want to submit an application for court-appointed counsel, it now becomes your job to get it turned in here at the municipal court. Any questions?
No, I have coverage already too for an attorney.
Okay, and that's fine, but and you don't have to have an attorney, but the deal is don't wait until the day of trial to deal with it.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
I've got an attorney.
You may go with the officer. Thank you, Mr. Miller.
Thank you very much, sir.
2.5 years, I've never had that happen before.
Wow.
Jacob Lloyd Myers.
A first.
Good afternoon, sir. Are you Mr. Lloyd Myers?
I'm actually, it's Jacob Jesse Lloyd Myers, Your Honor.
Jacob Jesse Lloyd Myers. Did you watch the video?
Yes,
Did you understand your rights?
yes.
I hate to see the
Did you
weekend
receive a
falling
copy
on
of
hard
the,
times.
complaint?
No, I have not.
All right. So it looks like it's the Reynoldsburg Division of Police who alleged that on or about November the 5th of this year at approximately 10, my God, those look like sevens. We'll call it 32.
1077.
No, 1037. They alleged that you were operating a white 2012 Kia on Main Street while under the influence of alcohol and/or drug abuse.
Stolen.
It looks like they also charged you with. I think they charged you with a refusal charge, but I can't really make that out. It would appear that this is alleged to be your first offense within a 10-year period. I think. Let me double check this.
It's his first period, and how long?
There we go. Yeah, so they're claiming that this would be a first offense within a 10-year period. So the penalties would be as follows. Up to 180 days jail, up to a 3-year license suspension, and up to a $1,075 fine. Mandatory minimum penalties include a fine of at least $375, at least a 1-year license suspension, and at least 3 actual days in the Licking County Jail, or in the alternative, a requirement that you successfully complete a 3-day driver intervention program. So that's the charge. Now, if they did hit you with the refusal, and I'll be honest, I just can't make out this officer's writing. The refusal serves to double any mandatory minimum jail. If you are charged with that, if you were to be found guilty or plead guilty or be convicted, instead of 3 days in jail, the minimum would be 6 days in jail or 3 days in jail and a 3-day program. So do you understand all that?
Yeah.
How do you want to plead?
Not guilty, please.
What's your current address?
45 Moore Road, McConnellsville, Ohio, 43756.
All right. Are you employed?
Yes.
Where do you work?
I work for Advanced Industrial Services. They're out of South Central York, Pennsylvania. I've been working for them for about 10 years.
What do they do?
I'm a machinery installer.
Okay. All right. Let me take a quick look here at the file. Then we're going to talk about your bond. So bear with me, okay?
Okay.
Maybe that's what it was. The moving truck in there.
She's not waiting till the last minute. She's getting her shit together. She's got to get out of there. There's no way she's going to pay another month's rent.
I don't know. None of them mentioned anything about that. Sue comes out because somebody coughed for 2 seconds. I couldn't hear you. Somebody was coughing.
But yet we've got somebody standing on a chair changing a light bulb, falls and destroys themselves.
He really does. He's got the look.
I told you.
I mean, that's close.
We fix his hair up. We could pass him off. He's missing out on a great opportunity. He could be a impersonator.
I mean, if you took his picture right there from right here, and you said that is the weekend that Weekend got
arrested.
This is, I actually think you probably could get, like, if you put some TMZ shit around it or something, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So you live down in what is that? Noble County?
No, Morgan County.
Morgan County. I'm sorry. What brought you to Central Ohio?
I was actually heading to the airport to catch a flight to Mexico this morning, but
wait, what? Did he just say go to Mexico?
Yeah,
that's not good when you
don't want to admit that when you get out, you plan on flying to Mexico.
No.
Then plans got derailed.
Wait, is the Weekend on tour?
Maybe. Is he in Mexico?
Are they playing Mexico tonight? Anybody know? Maybe it is him.
I was gonna say, I don't think you're gonna make that flight.
No, that flight was at 6 o'clock this morning.
Where in Mexico were you heading?
Mexico City.
Oh, okay.
He's going to see one of them donkey shows, Your Honor.
Yeah.
Work as well.
Ping pongs.
I wasn't gonna pry.
I'm down there for elective surgery.
Right.
I'm trying to look like the Weekend.
I will go ahead and release you on your own recognizance, and order that the matter be randomly assigned to a judge and set for a trial. Until and unless an attorney gets involved on your behalf, all notices will go directly to you. So make sure the address that's on your bond that you'll sign down there, make sure it's current, complete, and correct. You have the right to hire counsel of your choosing. You're eligible to ask the court to appoint an attorney to represent you for free. You can get the application form from the jail, but they will not turn it in for you because you're getting out. Now, if you miss a court date, obviously, new warrant goes out and it'll dog you until you get it taken care of. So get it taken care of. All right?
Yeah. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. You may go with the officer. Thank you.
Have a good day.
You too.
Doing air conditioning service for the car.
Daniel Rhodes. Good afternoon.
Hey, this the other guy who just changed shirts.
Mr. Rhodes, you understand your rights in court today?
Yes, I do.
Did you receive a copy of the complaint?
Way different voice.
I did.
It looks like there are 2 of them. Did you get both of them?
I'm Massey.
Yes.
Hi.
And did you read those? Do you understand what you've been charged with?
Yes.
All right. So count 1, the Newark Police Department is alleged that on or about November the 3rd of this year in Newark, Licking County, Ohio, that you did by threat of force not only cause a family or household member to believe that you would cause imminent physical harm to them.
Same thing the other guy
Numerous
did.
Domestic violence threats It's a misdemeanor of the 4th degree, so they're not alleging that.
I was forced to watch him one time. I think that was was it the Super Bowl?
Yes. $1,000. My
See him.
goodness.
I don't know. I mean, you look at what people's paid for Taylor Swift, for God's sake. Or the people that are going to F1. Have you followed any of this stuff with F1 in Vegas? It's pretty interesting, the F1 stuff.
Actually caused or attempted to cause physical harm, rather that you threatened to do so. Maximum penalties are up to 30 days in jail, up to a $250 fine. Looks like the second count is basically just an alternative theory to what they claim happened, because they're alleging that you knowingly caused another person, not a family or household member, to believe that you would cause them serious physical harm or such, or to their immediate family. That's known as menacing. The difference between that is the status of the alleged victim. If they can't prove that it's a family or household member, you can't get convicted of the domestic violence threats. But if they can prove that the threats were made, then that would sustain a conviction on the menacing. But it's also an M4, same penalties. You understand all that?
I do, sir.
And how do you want to plead?
No contest.
Now, no contest plea is not an admission of guilt, but it is an admission of the truth of the facts that have been alleged against you. And those facts are going to be what's contained here in the file in the form of police reports, any witness statements, pictures, or anything else that they might have. You realize that you're presumed to be not guilty, correct?
Correct.
And do you understand that it's the state's burden to prove guilt beyond a reasonable doubt?
Right. I do.
Did you know you have a right to an attorney? And if you could not afford one, we would give you one at absolutely no cost.
Yes.
And is it your intention to give up your right to a lawyer?
Not yet until I know the information.
Okay, well then let's go ahead and do not guilty, please. Okay, if you want to get into it.
Yeah.
Okay. What is your current address?
143 North Terrace.
Oh.
City and state?
Newark, Ohio 43055.
Found.
Are you employed, Mr. Rose?
Not as of right now.
What do you do? What kind of work do you do when you are working?
So that's a no.
A little bit of everything. Whatever I can get my hands on at that time, I'll try to take.
Okay.
You're a thief.
Hello, Gary. Thank you for yelling.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
Oh, I know what she's doing. She's I think she's shampooing the carpets there. She's moving out.
She's trying to get her deposit back.
Well, hello there. The F1 stuff, though, they have like destroyed the city. They're racing through the city. It's like a 7-year contract. There's already tons of construction already, and you added all of that, and these outrageous prices. Well, as of last week, everything is cut almost 75% off now. The $3,000 tickets, $500. There are rumors that they're trying to hire people.
Mr. Rose, I'm going to give you an opportunity.
There's rumors that they're trying to hire people as professional fans to just come to fill the seats because it's such a long-term investment. It's pretty crazy, though. There's some good videos of people walking around looking at all the construction. And I mean, you're talking, they cut down the trees. They're covering up the fountain. I mean, it's tons of stuff that has happened. Now
sounds like a disaster.
Hotel rooms are back at normal price, with a view even, for this race that's coming up because we're only like a week and a half away. It's crazy. It really is. But there's a lot on the YouTubes if you want to do a little deep dive into that rabbit.
Make a statement before I make any decisions about your bond, but it's probably not wise to talk about what may or may not have happened that day because everything you're saying is being recorded and could possibly be used against you later on. So, is there anything you want to say before?
Joke knows what I'm talking about.
No, sir.
F1 in Las Vegas, JG, right down the strip. They're racing next week. I shouldn't say racing. They're playing follow the leader for every lap.
Could you
Checking out the allegations here, the information contained in the court file, as well as your previous court involvement. The court's going to set a bond at $2,500. I'll make it cash, sure to your 10% with 2 conditions. No alcohol, no drugs while the bond is in place. And for now, I'm going to put on a complete no contact order with Cindy Rose. The bond can be modified in the future by whichever judge it's assigned to as far as how much it is and whether those conditions would remain in place. But for now, that's what it's going to be. Your case gets randomly assigned to a judge and set for a trial. Until and unless an attorney gets involved, we're going to send notices to you. If you're unable to post your bond, you will be physically brought over to the city building when it's your day in court. You have the right to hire an attorney if you want. You can get an application for court-appointed counsel down there at the jail. And if you're not going to be able to post that bond, they will submit it for you. If you do post the bond and get released, it's your job to get it turned in. Any questions?
So didn't you hear though that they had there's a Netflix documentary that got a lot of 20-somethings into it now because it's like a status Instagram thing to be there, kind of thing. To F1 here in America, so some people do care now, but seriously, F1 had a pretty big uptick just because of the event. It's like going to the Electric Daisy, whatever, any of those kind of things, and that's where a lot of that comes from. If you look back to Miami, you'll see a lot of the Instagram. Do you know what I'm talking about? That crowd. Yeah. You know, that crowd that's happy to pay $40 for a drink that has a little extra. You know, it's so stupid.
So then I'm not getting released today.
You can get released if you post the bond, but I'm not making it a recognizance bond. No.
Okay.
All right. Any other questions today?
No thanks.
All right, Mr. Rose, you may go.
No thanks.
Thank you, sir.
Cindy Rose coming to the stage, guys.
We're all on the same wavelength with that name.
Cindy Rose.
All right. All right, Mr. Tucker, good afternoon.
Oh, I'm in the wrong spot. Sorry.
I want to say I'm sorry.
Shout out to.
Not my normal thing to miss court. I am not lying.
Oh,
Okay?
Great.
But I didn't get a. Do you guys send a
Christmas card?
Do you guys send a?
We do.
What's that called? The
hearing notice?
Yeah. Do you send that to me?
No, we sent it to your attorney.
Oh, that's why I didn't. That's why. I'm sorry.
Possibly.
I was looking for it at my house, but it never showed up to my house.
All right. What is your
sorry,
address, Mr. Tucker?
Misunderstanding. I'm sorry.
What is your address, Mr. Tucker?
1252 Lennox Avenue, Mansfield, Ohio 44906.
Did you say 452?
No, 449 44906.
Well, that's the zip. What's the street address?
452 Lennox.
Got it. Where were you when you got arrested? In Utica?
Yeah.
And why did you end up having contact with Utica Police Department the other day?
Because they said I had a warrant out for my arrest.
Well, it turns out they were right, but I mean, what? They recognized you or something?
They ran my tags.
Aha.
He was
then you got pulled
driving?
over?
Yeah.
Okay. What time were you arrested?
Daytime, Your Honor.
20 to 10.
You know, when we saw him walk in and almost run into Randy Thorpe's thing there.
He tried to walk in front of it, stand in front of the podium. He didn't know the concept of podiums. I don't.
When he did that, I instantly think, how the hell can somebody do that? Until he opened up his mouth for 2 seconds, and you're like,
oh my gosh, this guy is Jim. Hidden
Last
Jim.
night?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Is
something
there
like
anything else
that.
you want to say before I set your bond?
Sorry.
I didn't intentionally try to miss it on purpose. Like I said, I had to get a new phone number, and I've been working a lot.
Double L, I think that African American guy from yesterday can hear him right now, to be honest with you, from the members only.
I love the he can't shut up. And then he says, "Is there anything you'd like to say, sir?" Deer in headlights.
Is he just permanently high like this? Is this his?
He's high as hell right now, for sure. To be sure.
Where do you work?
Because I got a new job. Huh?
Where do you work?
I work on at Kevin's Stockmasters at his shop, and I've been working on the big trucks.
Okay.
But I've been pulling like at least 50 to 60 hours a week.
Okay. Well, what I can tell you is I have a couple of notes here from earlier pre-trials, one in June, one in September. Both of them reflect that at that point, you had never had any contact with your attorney. So I'm not sure what's going on there as far as that disconnect is concerned.
It's because I had to get my phone changed because I broke it, and I forgot to call my attorney and tell her that I got a new phone number. That's my bad again. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
But you know your attorney's a woman, correct?
Yes, yeah.
How do you know that if she's never contacted you?
Because no, I talked to her a couple days ago about trying to get this figured out.
Okay. Well, here's what I'm going to do today. When I issued the warrant for your arrest, I set your bond at $2,500, cash, surety, or 10%. I'm going to leave it in that amount with the added condition that you not consume any alcohol or drugs. Order that the matter be scheduled before me for a further hearing, and I will notify your attorney, Ms. Tome, that you, in fact, were picked up on your warrant. That way she can make arrangements to meet with you and talk about.
I was hoping he was going to push that thing so far it's just going to fall over.
So can I get bailed out?
You can post a bond. Yeah, I set it at $2,500, cash, surety, or 10%, but I did not set it as a recognizance.
I haven't talked to her.
So I can do 10%? Is that what you said?
That's correct. But if you post that 10% bond and then you don't show up for court, you're on the hook for the entire bond, the entire $2,500. Understand?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I do that though? Because my car got impounded too, so I really am not running on good money. I promise you, I don't miss court dates. It's because that's my fault. I messed up.
I understand. All right, Mr. Tucker, you can go with the officer, and I'll look forward to seeing your next court hearing.
Did he just get yelled at?
How much is that after 10%?
They can go over the details with you down there at the jail.
Math.
Any other questions?
I'm sorry. I try to make all the court dates. I'm very.
Let's go.
Okay.
They're yelling at
You
him.
can go with the officers.
Lynn, nice.
go.
Don't kill yourself
Mr.
in that
Barton
thing.
next, then Mr.
Have fun.
Okay. Troy Martin.
Have fun.
Yes, Your Honor. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right, Mr.
That's
Barton.
not
You understand
hair.
your rights today?
Nope.
Oh, yes, Your Honor.
All right. Did you get a copy of the complaint?
Oh, yes, Your Honor, I did.
Did you read it?
Yes, Your Honor, I did.
Did you understand what you've been charged with?
Yeah.
I mean, not necessarily why, but you understand the charge is obstructing official business?
Yeah. Can I say something, please?
Yeah, go ahead.
Man, yesterday they ran my name and I didn't have no warrants and he let me go. And he already jumped the officer already jumped the median and chased me down, and then he ran my name and I didn't have no warrants and he let me go. So I start riding away, and then he floors it towards me, and I panicked that he already jumped the median towards me, and he hit me twice with the car. And I didn't think I had no warrants because he already said I didn't have none, and he let me go. So it's just it was.
Well, yeah. So it looks like I'm just glancing through here.
Is
It
he
looks
crying?
Like, he said there was a warrant out of Morgan County, but it was outside their pickup radius, and so you were released. And then apparently,
If you have that many tattoos and all over your head, don't stand in court and cry over
Getting arrested. Fister. He said he was upset because he got pulled. They ran him. He was good to let him go. He got a little ways up the road. Then they went to pull him again, and he freaked out.
I don't had no warrants.
I had no warrants there. They let me go.
they're alleging that additional information came in saying you had a child support warrant here.
Right, he freaked me out, man. That's all it was. I didn't understand why he was flooring it towards me. I didn't get it.
Well, this is a second here, Mr. Barton. It carries up to 90 days and up to a $750 fine. How would you like to plead?
Not guilty.
Okay, what's your mailing address?
224 Abandon Avenue.
I was thinking the same thing.
That's here in Newark?
Yes, Your Honor.
And who lives
224 Abandon Avenue.
My uncle and my girlfriend.
Okay, but they allow you to get mail there?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, good.
Your uncle and your girlfriend live together?
Yes, Your Honor.
What are you doing?
Sherman's Recycling.
Well, you've been down there for a while, haven't you?
Yes, Your Honor.
That's what I thought.
Oh, he knows I'm not paying that child support. The easiest thing you could ever do, pay your damn child support.
Here's the deal. On this, I'll go ahead and release you on your own recognizance. We'll get this randomly assigned to a judge set for a trial, and you'll get notice by mail. If you want to hire an attorney, you can do that.
Said Abandon Avenue.
The applications are available there at the jail. According to the jail roster, you do have child support's involved here too. Have you seen the magistrate on that yet?
Yeah, they gave me an OR bond on that also, Your Honor.
Okay, so it looks like you're going to be released, which means if you're going for an appointed route, you got to turn it in. Joe won't do it for you. Any questions?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right. Any other questions?
No, sir. You have a nice day.
You do the same, Mr. Barton.
Recycling ain't gonna recycle itself.
Thank you. Trevor McDonald.
Trevor.
Mr. McDonald's on his way.
Okay.
Old McDonald had a farm, sir.
That doesn't bode well for how this is going to go.
Well, I don't want to say on camera what I heard he did, but he wasn't good in here.
Okay.
So
No, what did he do? Sue, come on. Don't leave us with that.
Damn, Sue C teasing
Can
us.
I pay card with that or
no, it has to be cash.
So, all right, how do you want to
Do you take PayPal?
Do you do Cash App, Venmo, maybe?
Sue had it on, man. She's just leaning back like that.
So
I bet Mr. Sue enjoys that.
I think so.
Why did I instantly think that I had something to do with shit as well? As soon as she said that, I don't know why.
yeah.
He must be a handful. We're trying to get this guy down here.
Yeah.
Now
We get it, Sue.
Got a short week this week, Sue.
Just 4 more Mondays.
Yes, I know.
Next Monday, I'm not here.
Okay.
Then I only have 4 more after.
Well, I'm
It's
thinking
5
about
more
putting
weeks.
on a court order prohibiting you from retiring. I'm not sure how I'll enforce it, but I'll figure out a way.
I will fight it.
Sue is great.
I'm so ready to go.
This is the most Sue we've ever had.
It'll be well earned, that's for sure.
Oh, here he is.
all right, here he comes.
So great. You're gonna miss her.
3 years old. 30. Almost.
Could you imagine having to deal with these people in the back?
Every single day, day in and day out.
All right.
Oh
Good
God.
afternoon. You're Mr. McDonald, correct, sir?
It's
Correct.
looks
Do
like
you
a nice
understand your rights
guy.
in court today?
Yes.
Did you get a copy of the complaint?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you get
Oh, look, we're standing right next to him. We never see that.
He must be really
Yeah.
a handful, so to say.
Damn.
chance to read it yet?
Is he
Reading it now.
Okay.
Can we get this guy some glasses? My God. This ginger's going crazy. Her and Mr. Sue's going to be really enjoying their lives.
Okay.
Do you think she's married?
So do you understand you've been charged with criminal
Yeah.
trespass?
Well.
No. Trespassing, maybe, but not criminal trespass. I did nothing unlawful.
Okay, well.
Whoa.
That charge.
Jailhouse
No
attorney.
contest.
Now, no contest plea, you're not admitting that you're guilty, but you're admitting that what they say happened is true. And what they say happened is that you were at the DoubleTree and wouldn't leave.
The DoubleTree.
So if I accept your no contest plea, I would be able to finding an enter a conviction and impose sentence upon you today. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. You have the right to be represented by a lawyer. We'd give you one for free if you qualified. Did you want to give up your right to a lawyer?
Yeah.
You still have a right to a trial. The state still has the burden of proof beyond a reasonable doubt. You have the right of confrontation of your accusers, as well as the ability to compel the attendance of your own witnesses at the trial. Do you understand all that?
Not guilty.
Let's do a not guilty.
A3, A7, Reform Road.
Just quick change. Not guilty. Oh, whoa, whoa.
Did he almost?
He just passed out for a second.
Okay, well, Mr. McDonald.
Holy shit.
That was right?
Yeah, he's like he was passing out.
Somebody that we know is back on YouTube again.
Oh.
And he smokes things during his show, and he had a little issue where he passed out and everybody thought he was dead for about 30 seconds.
Whoa.
Yeah. He fell forward and hit his head on the microphone. The whole thing went. Yeah. I want to see that again. That was quite a moment there. Watch it.
He slowly deteriorates.
Okay, well, Mr. McDonald, you're going to be released on your own
Jesus
recognizance on the
Christ.
condition that you not return to the DoubleTree Hotel while this case is pending. We'll get
Where
this
am I?
assigned to a judge, set for a trial. We're going to get notice to you by mail, so make sure the address there on Reform Road is accurate on your bond paperwork. If you want to get a lawyer, you can get an application for court-appointed counsel there at the jail. But since you're
It's Licking, not us. Licking's
going to
great.
be released,
That's them.
they're not going to send it in for you. That'll be your job. Just don't wait until the day of your trial to deal with getting an attorney. Do you understand?
Yep.
All right. Any
I
other
understand.
questions today?
No, Your Honor.
All right, then you may go with the officer. Thank you, Mr. McDonald.
One and Twin Double D's. Thank you for the 5 for the main channel.
No problem, Don. No problem.
That's it.
Thank you, officers. You guys
That
have
all?
a good week, and I will look forward to seeing one of you next Monday.
Somebody. I just know it won't be me.
I know. That's why I said I'll be looking forward to seeing somebody next Monday.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Take care. Court's in recess.
You can. Court's in recess.
Wow.
We're in recess.
What a blessing Sue is. Am I the only one that thought the guy standing next to Mr. Passout kind of looked like he could be like Sue's son?
Wow. You think it's a whole family
A
thing?
boy named Sue? Just saying.
That'd be
Family
awesome.
business.
Awesome if it was.
I
Okay.
hope Sue sees the world.
I hope she travels abroad. And does all of it. Yeah, Nate, she's saying so 5 more weeks is Sue's gone.
Hanging up the cuss.
I just think, there's like no other than, we've got, it's not like that stuff saved all over the internet either.
No.
Just thoughts and memories. That's it. It's Thursday, Bay Express. Cole, thank you. Cole and Owen, of course. Welcome. Iowa golfer Lisa, Tammy, Holiday Henson, the gifter, Gary, Flusha, Mayor, Bree, Wonder Twin Double D. Thank you guys so much. Everybody with the comments and the likes and all of that. Appreciate it. So a couple of quick things. The Christmas cards, of course. A bunch of people were asking in the chat. There it is. That's it.
Just send over your address if you'd like a card. If you'd like to send me one, make sure you write that in there. I'm not a mind reader. That's the only time I will reply to your email is if you say, hey, I want your address.
And that's not him being an asshole. That's
No.
How many in one day?
We got 45 on the first day.
On the first day.
I dared not go back and count anymore since then. I already knew I was over my head.
The second thing over on the Discord, if you want to be part of this year's Secret Santa, all the info is there. It's one of the channels on the side. You'll find it. Secret Santa on our Discord. Check it out. We want you to be a part of it. I think it's a lot of fun for this year. Thomas with 10 bones. That is
Thomas.
That was great.
Thank you. Finish line. I saw someone say that this was a great show. And if you thought this was great, you need to go back and watch some of the old shows. There's tons of them. We're talking like almost 3,000 shows across the platform. So make sure you check it out.
Check it out. I think that's it. So, of course, we got a chase coming up next.
Yeah. Big show. Big show. Make sure you're there for that.
If you have some time, did you watch the new Charlie? Did you watch Charlie's video last night about Boogie?
I watched the Boogie documentary.
Oh, you watched it already? Okay. I'm holding off on it. I know it's an hour.
Fantastic.
Sit down and watch it. I saw Charlie's a couple of highlights from it.
Fantastic.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
It's really good. So good.
From the little bit that he filmed, looked great. Is that so far? Oh, that is great news, guys. If you need any help, thank you, Fred Franklin. I'll be in touch. We have busy.
I've already had to contact Frank because I effed mine up. I've got to fix it.
And guys, very quickly too about the Secret Santa. Nobody's gonna know any of your personal information if you worry about that. You set up a wish list on Amazon. We don't want to go above $50. Want to keep it below that. But all that anybody's gonna see is the city that it comes from. Amazon takes care of all of that. Very simple. It's a Discord bot that does everything. And we've got Fred Franklin. Thank you again to Fred for helping us out and making this possible. Because without him, and of course, without Coffee coming up with the idea, which I think is great.
Yeah, where the hell is it? Did he die after he come up with the idea? Like that was his last great thing he did in this world?
Gone.
I'm out. He's somewhere with Dave right now.
Also, a potential historic final live today. This one right here, because when I come back, might have a brand new board to use.
Ooh,
I've had this board since we started with the OG show, the very first time we went live on the YouTube. So that's kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
Or you just might see me because I won't have any audio.
When he's just letting know, so when he comes back, it sounds like shit. You know what?
Yeah, we'll see.
All right, guys, make sure you go and you watch some of the past shows. We really appreciate it if you would. Give them a like, a comment, whatever you want. We'd appreciate any of them. So until then, though, stay safe, stay hard, stay tuned, because the top guys are doing the
Fan of the Year, main channel, community tab. Do it. Thank you, Tina. Reminder. I knew there was something else we forgot.
All right. It's that time of year. Doing top guy things. See you guys. If you want a card.